Hello, this is Neil, the art instructor at masterpaintingnow.com. And I'm going to bring you a new review, and this is Drawing Secrets Revealed. It's actually a pretty cool course. It has 12 lessons in it, and the lessons are subject as Get Started, Basic Shapes, the Block-In, Values, Action Drawing, Relative Proportions, Facial Proportions, Body Proportions, Learning the Grid, Gridding the Human Face, Linear Perspective, and Elements of Composition. The one I felt most enlightening to me, because a lot of these subjects I know very well, and it's really hard to learn something like a new way to look at it. But even if I can just gather a new way to look at it, or a new way to teach it, or a new way to draw it, a new way to think about that subject, like a new way to grid the face I never thought about before, or a new way to, you know, do proportions of a face I never thought of before, like, hey, that's a really helpful trick. Even if it's just one trick I learned, like, here's a really neat trick about how to place your eyes on the face. I'm like, wow, I never really thought about it that way. That's awesome. Or here's a really neat trick on how to turn the head. That itself is worth the price of a book to me. And I watch a lot of courses on all different kinds of subjects, from quantum physics to art. And I read a lot of books too. And I really like, I really like learning books for some reason. And maybe I'm a tutorial junkie. Maybe there's some of you out there like that too, and you're just trying to find the next cool course to watch. Then this is definitely one to check out. What I recommend doing is just getting one of the lessons, because you can actually buy one lesson for 15 bucks. You don't have to buy the whole course. Buy one lesson. If anything, get the lesson number 12, Elements of Composition. The reason why I recommend that particular one to start with is I learned something from it. I learned a couple things from it, actually. It's actually a pretty cool, well thought out, and every one of her lessons are well thought out. They're only about 40 minutes to 50 minutes to an hour long for each lesson. So I think it's a whole thing that might be 12 hours long. So it's a pretty decent, size course. But her course is so compacted. Some might even think it goes a little bit too fast. That maybe she should slow down a little bit and take more time to explain something a little bit further. But she explains it very well. It's right to the point, though, so that you might want to watch it more than once, or you might want to rewind certain parts that kind of flew over your head. Like, whoa, that went by kind of fast. What just happened? You know how sometimes you're reading a book and you read a whole page and you're like, whoa, what did I just read? And you have to go back and rewind and read the page again. You might find yourself doing that with this course, rewinding and watch it again. But I think it's well worth the price. If anything, just to check out at least one of the lessons and see if you like it, see if you like her teaching style, see if you learn anything from it. I figured, hey, if I learned something from it, it's worth sharing, and that's what I do. So, I make a lot of free courses. Well, not courses. I make a lot of free lessons. I don't think I've actually offered a whole free course yet, but I mean, if you take all the lessons on my site, I guess that can be kind of considered a course, but none of them are like focused on one particular subject. They're kind of scattered about and focused on all kinds of subjects. But anyway, I've been offering free lessons now for years and years on YouTube, at least 5 years. And I'm going to continue doing that. I'm never going to stop doing that. And so, hey, if you're just happy with learning for free from me, that's awesome. But if you're like me and you watch a lot of courses and you try to find a lot of books and so forth, and you're trying to find that next thing to watch, that next thing to check out, that teacher that might open your eyes to a new way of looking at things, I really recommend checking this one out. It did that for me, and so I figured, hey, if it did it for me, it's got to do it for someone else out there. I've been studying art for a long time, reading all different kinds of books on different subjects of art, from perspective to gesturing and so forth. And if I can just pick up one piece of information from a book, let's say I spend $30 on a book, and I only learned one thing out of that book. To me, that was worth the $30. Other people might disagree, but if you're new to art and you're trying to learn how to draw what you see, that's what this course focuses on. It focuses on drawing what you see. And when you can draw what you see well, then it'll make it that much easier to draw from your imagination. And that's where my courses mostly focus on. I did come out with an exclusive lesson recently that was focusing on what you see. And unfortunately, those techniques you're not going to find really in her course. But she does have other really cool techniques that some of them I never really thought of before. I'm like, hey, that's really cool. And I learned something from her. So actually, I learned quite a few things from this course. And that's pretty surprising because I didn't really expect to come out learning anything. And I figured, bam, if I learn something, it's worth sharing with other people and going, hey, just check it out. It's worth checking out. If anything, it's worth at least just going to the site and checking it out. So click on the link. The link's in the description of this video. It's right underneath the video. Just click the link. It ain't going to hurt you to click it. Might take a few minutes out of your life, but I don't think they'll be wasted. I think you'll say, you know what, this looks a little bit interesting. Maybe I'll go ahead and check out one of the lessons for 15 bucks. And I think she offers a guarantee too. I'm not sure that if you don't like it, Go, you know what? Hey, I bought this Elements of Composition because Neil recommended me, and I'm just really not happy with it. And be honest though. Don't try to swindle people. Karma's a bitch. Be honest about it. If you really didn't learn anything from it, you really didn't like it, then hey, Neil told me to check this out from Master Painting Now, and I really don't like it. I'm sorry. I really try to like it. I just don't. And maybe they'll give your money back. I don't know if she does that kind of guarantee or not, but I'm sure she would. All right. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you check it out. Let me know what you thought of it. If you actually went and checked out one of the lessons, like the Elements of Composition lesson, do you like it? Do you like her teaching style? What did you like about it? What did you dislike about it? The reason why I'm asking you that is that's going to help me make my courses that much better. By knowing what you like and dislike, I can go, oh, so maybe I shouldn't do that in my courses. Um, yeah, or if you've also seen some of my courses, or at least some of my lessons that are like more like my courses, because some of my tutorials are very different than my actual course lessons. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause this now. So yeah, go ahead and let me know if you've actually had the experience of watching one of my courses and you went and checked out her course, let's say lesson number 12, the Elements of Composition. What is it that she does that you like better than I do? And what is it that I do that I shouldn't change? That'll help me tailor my courses better to fit a wider audience so that more people enjoy it. I mean, I know so far I don't get any complaints, and if it's ever a complaint, it's very tiny. But I'm always striving to be better, and I want to make my courses the best possible courses they can be. And you guys can help me do that by just giving me some feedback. All right, thanks, appreciate it.